was
Must
an
be
iPhone.
nice to have an iPhone 10 just
7
lying
Plus.
around.
7 Plus.
12 Pro Max. Wow.
This one, it's on struggle street though. You know, I just turning off the Bluetooth takes out 2% of my battery.
Tarak. A united offensive reduced this once peaceful village to mere rust and rubble. Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. On this week's episode, we'll be playing a variation of Stockholm Syndrome, where we'll be guessing whether it is a FIFA World Cup player or a new Warzone location. And on top of that, we'll be doing a new segment called Heroes or Villains. But before that trap the week, we got me and Miguel. We have Rowie.
G'day.
We don't have Sen, but we have Warzone expert Kushagra Kundra.
Yes, so we have started Warzone too, so I'm excited. I'm not sure if I know the locations, but
I've never played the game. I
but
couldn't
you've watched
tell
the World
you.
Cup.
the
So I think
game
it's-
might be slightly on the racist border here, but we'll go along with it.
We'll
play
cross
along
that
with
bridge when we get to it.
it. We'll go along with it. Just speaking of football, I've been getting a little bit into football. I've been watching some games, full games. Been watching the highlights. You know?
I like this because Kush in our group chat, he asks about football without any of us mentioning it. I like it.
Unprompted.
I've seen a few of the goals where, like, when we saw just for context here, when we play FIFA, there's a tactic which we call the pro clubs cross. You enter the box, you cross it in, whack it in the goal. Simple as that. I thought this was like some sort of game meta, but it turns out it's a real life meta
Like
as
the
well.
side cancel in Warzone, it's not actually real.
But this is real. So many people do it. It's like literally.
Yeah, they copied it off FIFA actually. Yeah, they played it on the game and they thought this actually
this
might
could
work
work.
Unreal
in the real game.
tactics, dude. It's quality though. Like seeing it happen in real life, I was like, shit, this is real life tactics. But this is what I was thinking about as well. Esports has gotten me a little bit into the sport. You know,
The
football.
reverse pathway. Normally people
Yeah.
like, for example, probably me and Ro, we like football first, and then we hop on the sticks. But you've hopped on the sticks first, played a bit of FIFA, now you're like, you know what? Let me watch.
Let me watch.
NBA? Is this the same for NBA?
Yeah, it's actually very similar to NBA. as
this
well.
guy's the reverse.
Yeah, it's actually quite similar.
Gaming first and then the actual sport second.
A little test to see how good I am. Really, do I enjoy it, and then movement into the real life. Because
What about war? Does this work with war as well?
Warzone?
Is that what we call it?
Bit of Fortnite as well. let me just drop off an airplane, see how it goes.
Have you tried Madden? Like, are we thinking NHL? Like,
Yeah,
what's the next
venture?
sport?
This is one I have tried the PGA.
Yeah,
game. I have tried the PGA one. And
Come join me on the links, man. We'll have a couple of hits.
yeah, maybe. I think I need to go back to the game perhaps and do a bit
How
more.
fun can a golf game be? Like,
The thing is,
dead set.
I reckon it's techie. I reckon it's fun.
it was super, super technical. Like there was so much about like the air, the speed, the swing, the type of like.
Guys, I'm envisioning Wii Golf right now, and you have a couple of factors. You have the swing, and you have the wind, and then you just set your direction based on the wind, and then
Did you play
hits
GTA
galore.
golf?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did play one session. Yeah, all four of us.
I'm sure PGA is like so much more advanced than fucking GTA and Wii golf.
I'm pretty sure we played 18 holes. We were like,
I think Ro played 7 and he disconnected.
Yeah,
disconnected, he just left
controller died. Like, get me out of here.
18 holes. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting little tidbit. You know, the esports is a sports. It's maybe there are others out there as well who embarked on a similar journey. If you noticed as well, little iPhone here, fellas.
This is huge because
Whoa,
Kush is anti-sheep. He's an anti-Apple.
So my typical phone, the Android, the Google Pixel 6 Pro, an excellent phone, one would say. Unfortunately, I had to submit it for warranty, and this was the only backup phone that we had in the family, which was
Must
an
be
iPhone.
nice to have an iPhone 10 just
7
lying
Plus.
around.
7 Plus.
12 Pro Max. Wow.
The battery is a
Is that a
struggle
14?
street.
Yeah.
I got the new one from Meta, have we? This one, it's on struggle street though. You know, I just turning off the Bluetooth takes out 2% of my battery. So it's a bit tough to go through.
Yeah.
So I was literally charging it in Mix's place because that's what the struggle
That's not
street
ideal.
Yeah, we were waiting for you. So like he was watching TikToks for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I know he goes, oh, that's 10% of my battery.
It's gone. It's all gone. But I have to say, I don't mind. I don't mind iPhone.
Really?
I'm finding it a bit hard though, moving from Android to an Apple.
Must be, yeah.
What's the hurdles?
Everything, like the settings especially.
The lack of settings, maybe.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the layout is so different that it confuses me. I feel like it's very overwhelming.
But Apple is meant to be, iOS is meant to be user-friendly. Are you finding that it's user-friendly?
I'm
Or complete opposite?
I'm gonna say no, not at the moment. I think it's too overwhelming. There's so much stuff being thrown at me, especially even like the home screen. Like there's just notifications. You go left. There's like no content available. There's a battery 56%, but I can see it at the top right. Why do I need to see a bigger 56%?
You haven't customized your widgets, sir. That's why.
maybe.
Wait,
maybe.
on Android, you can't see your battery?
No, you can, but it's like you see at the top right with the bar, right, and the
Yeah.
percentage. But like I also see it here. Why do I need to see it here? I feel like it's really overwhelming. It's
I like when I switched from Android to an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like maybe when was my first iPhone? Year 9, maybe? Year 8?
Must be nice.
When was yours?
First iPhone,
Yeah.
like 11. You're 11?
Was it really?
I think so. Birthday gift as well.
What were you using prior to that?
All my dad's old phones.
But they were iPhones.
No, they were like random like Android phones given from work.
Right.
Blackberries,
Okay.
dude. The Nokias.
I was like, sir, please.
the Motorola's.
The razors of the world, not razors. But I remember thinking switching from. I think I had like a Samsung Galaxy S2 is the phone that I had prior to the iPhone, and I think I got an iPhone 4 or 4S or something like that. The switch was easy. I found it super like simple to go from Android to iPhone. What I did find difficult was going from Windows to a Mac. I still don't know how to use my Mac properly.
Yeah, actually, no, I get that as well. Because all my work stuff is through a Mac. There are so many little things. Like I was trying to find an app, and someone's like, "Just do Command Space." I'm like, "What is Command Space?"
How on earth would you know Command Space is a
shortcut.
Is a shortcut.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. And like not even that, like even when you download things, I don't know what the Mac storage, like how they actually save files. Like there's like
Downloads folder.
Bro, the filing system in the Mac is actually the worst thing in the world.
You don't like Finder.
So no, it's actually terrible because I was trying to upload like some files. I was trying to apply for a credit card and I downloaded like my payslip from my email. And it took me 30 minutes to find where the payslip was.
I agree with that. I think
Where does it go?
Yeah, there's
Where did you find it?
It was in the downloads, but it's not sorted. No, it's not sorted by, alphabetical order. It's not sorted by like,
You can sort it, brother.
not when you're uploading files. Like it's just there. It's just the screen. There's no sort option there.
This sounds like user error to me.
No, bro.
I feel like you can get around
They
that.
just chuck it in willy
What, just
nilly.
like fucking random shit is what you're telling
It
me.
just goes. It's not even sorted by date or time. Like, I would love. Imagine this user experience, right? You download your payslip. You go to the downloads folder. It's the first one there. Is that not what should
I've
happen?
never had this issue.
You know what this sounds
Automatic.
like, bro? It's just a skill-based issue, man. That's all it is, bro. It's just a skill issue.
Tim Cook needs to sort it out, bro. Zuck wouldn't let this stand. I'm telling you that much.
No, I know because yeah.
Sorry, Jobs, not Zuck.
Yeah, he said Meta. For
Yeah, I said
iPhone. No, the Mac layout is completely different. I agree. There's no little taskbar at the bottom.
Yeah.
With a nice home Windows button, you click it, everything's there.
But you're due for a new Mac. I feel.
I'm Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a mate.
Okay.
It's very slow. It's like Kush's iPhone experience. Like I was trying to like prepare for the game, brother. It took me ages to copy and paste it.
Yeah, not ideal.
That's the issue. Speaking of, I think, better things, I got one other quick thing. I went to a fine dining restaurant recently. I don't normally go to fine dining
I feel like
restaurants.
you're not a fine dining.
I'm
sort of
definitely not.
individual.
I'm a Macca's 30-day deal, baby. That's what I like.
What's the deal
Beautiful.
today?
I haven't checked. It's a new phone, so I haven't downloaded the app.
No, save your battery.
Yeah, so save my battery. That probably will take 20% off my battery. But I went to a French fine dining restaurant. Had a bit of
Name?
I don't know. Sorry.
Where was it?
I just tagged along, to be honest.
Right.
It was in.
Were you blindfolded? Like, did it not say?
Span you 30 times and just shoved you in it.
Does it not say on the menu? Maybe on the plate?
Oh, I think it's called Bistro.
Bistro,
in
okay.
King's Cross. I
Is it
think.
bistrot with a T at the end?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's Bistro.
No, it's bistro, but it's
Okay.
spelt.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe it was a thing.
Yeah, irrelevant.
I had a snail for the first time.
Escargot.
Yeah, escargot. I
Thoughts?
enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed it a lot. I think the texture, it's not, this one at least wasn't too chewy. I can see where bad escargot comes, where it's extremely chewy, like chewing gum. But this one was perfect. It was
What
tender.
was the flavors?
I had a bit of garlicky, a bit of green chutney to it. I don't know. It was actually really nice.
Chutney.
Yeah. I actually don't know the exact flavor, but I thought I'd, if you guys have had snail before, escargot.
I've had
I've
it
had
once.
I don't remember being at Yuck, but I don't remember it being like.
I remember it being not a non-event. Like I had it,
Yeah,
and I was
exactly
like,
that.
okay.
I could have just had a chicken breast.
I would have preferred a chicken breast. like, to be perfectly frank with you, like it's not bad. Like I think I went to a what's that place? Hubert. Hubert.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Apparently, that's really good.
That
though.
is actually honestly one of my favorite restaurants in Sydney. It's pretty good. But anyways, we had the snails, but they do like an Asian twist. It's like snails in XO sauce. Like tasted good. Don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, it didn't. It's not better than
Could have again.
Yeah, a
chicken,
duck.
XO
You know what I'm
sauce for
saying?
about
Do you know how
$15.
they do you know how they cook these snails? Because the snails have the shell. So how do
they boil it. Like I honestly, I'll just be guessing at this point.
There's no crunch.
You know what was funny last week? Actually, I was watching back the episode, and it was Sen and Migs, their solo episode, and they were tier listing the World Cups, right? And Sen would just be asking questions, and then you could just see the cuts, like on the YouTube video.
Expose our fucking segment, brother.
Hold on, there's a bit more to this. I was going to bring it in a segment, but I may as well bring it now.
I knew nothing.
Dude, it was like, so it's like, you know, how many people are in the orienteering World Cup? And then it's just like cut. It's like, I think there's about 10.
There was at least 4 minutes cut where it's just mixed searching up stuff on his phone.
I need an exact follow-up question.
Because then is naturally curious and Mix looks up. Then it cuts back. He's holding his phone and he's reading off a screen.
But if you're an audio listener, mate, no dramas here. The
you're a
smooth
YouTube
sailing.
Listener,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just
Why'd you bring
something
that
funny. I don't know. I was just away and I was enjoying that. Alrighty, boys. I am back. I am back from my holiday away. I feel like you guys on the podcast like to say that I don't show up and I don't know where he is, which is just lies. Like, you know exactly where I am.
Did you read the description for the past 2 weeks?
I didn't read the description.
It's just
no.
them having fun, right? That's what it feels like.
You were arrested in Bali. And we didn't know your whereabouts for like 3 weeks.
That is kind of funny. But anyways,
True.
I was yeah. So after we went to Bali with Migs and Sen and whatnot, I went to India to visit my family, and like I was actually not there for a holiday. I was working remotely, digital nomad style, type vibes. Now, the time difference between India and Australia is 5.5 hours. So I had been waking up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, starting my work day and then finishing at like 2. Great vibes, right? Meanwhile, my brother has just finished university. Like he's actually on a holiday. I woke up one day at 4 o'clock, I'm doing my work. I look to my brother's sleeping in the next bed across from me, and he's up as well. And I'm like, what's going on here? He's like, oh, I'm actually working. And I was like, you don't have a job. Like, well, what are you working on? And he's like, oh, I'm actually doing fashion consulting. So
I've seen how your family dresses.
So I'm sitting here like not comprehending that this is a genuine position that's been
I
offered.
thought he was pulling your leg.
I thought he was pulling my leg. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. Do your fashion consulting and we'll have a chat afterwards because I want to hear what this is all about. So he does like photography and like videography. And so someone reached out to him, and what their business is they're a dating coach consultant. And so part of the package is like you'll get like a guy to give you photo shoots, and then you'll also get a person to give you fashion advice. And then you'll also get my texting package, which will get, he calls it God mode. He's like, get into God mode. And so what my brother does on these calls is like for an hour, by the way, they're paying him $150 for an hour. For him to go, you like, for example, Kush, you're getting the consulting, you're getting the service. You come out on your phone, you scroll through the wardrobe. My brother goes, yes, no, maybe. And then chucks his clothes out. Like literally has complete control over this guy's wardrobe. Then for the next part of the service, he then just sells him stuff. They just go on Iconic and then just start.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get
tick
that
it
one.
off. It's actually outrageous. Now,
Do you back your brother's fashion?
I do actually back my brother's fashion, but I just think like, I don't know who are the people that are actually doing this service.
That makes you think, well, who are the clientele?
Because I was asking my brother, I'm like, are they really strange dudes? And they're like, no, they seem pretty normal. Like they seem like some of them are decent looking dudes. They just are paying.
Need a bit of help.
Need a bit of direction with their fashion.
I'm kind of curious, right? Because like I do want to see what this is all about. I wanted to see how much this guy is charging if he can pay my brother like $150 an hour. And so I looked on his website, and his website is interesting. All right, so I'm having a look at his website, yeah? And so he's got some great articles, right? Like, for example, published on June 3, 2022. Are women your enemy? The next one. Frame concept explained. The most important framework in all of game. How to look hot in your online dating photos and 3x your matches. And so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing what he's charging. He's got this massive testimonial around like...
How does he sell this website? What is the homepage, the premise?
The premise is Okay, he basically gives, it's the same spiel from all these guys. They're like, I used to be a loser virgin like you, and then I didn't know what to do, but then I found the tips to get women swoon.
I've read 1,000 books on fucking
I've
learning today, and I've created a course.
Yeah, it's literally that. Except he's actually a bit more clever than this, right? Because he doesn't tell you how much the course is.
It says God mode.
Does it actually?
It's God mode
On some fucking PowerPoint slide.
If you want to do case studies, mate, he's got that deluxe. And so if we go to like Yes Teach Me Now, right? He gives you like the course curriculum. And so in the course curriculum, he promises if you follow the God mode method and don't get at least 10 dates with your exact type of woman in the next 60 days, I'll coach you for free until you do. And so he gives you all this, all this spiel about, I'm a 24, I used to be a virgin and now I basically got girls coming to my place every single night. I can teach you the same thing, right? He's giving me all this, right? And I'm interested now. Like, I've been in a relationship for 7 years, but this guy's.
Wait, how much is it? Should we do it?
No, so this is the thing. I wanted to see how much it was, but what he asked for the first part is like, he wants you to jump on a 1 hour call with him to see if you're coachable.
Oh my.
And then he'll give you the pricing. Now, I've got some spare time next week. Maybe I chat to the guy, acts like just someone who needs help.
Yeah.
See if I'm, can get into the course, see how much it costs. Maybe do some sort of expose on this sort of thing. Because honestly, I would like to know how much he's charging, because if you're paying my brother, and the photography was even more than that. Like the photography was a couple hours and my brother's making big bucks off the lives of these.
It's got to be in the full figures easy for sure, right?
You think so?
Yeah, if he's charging your brother $150 an hour.
Yeah, a lot of these courses, these like miracle courses, they're always like 4 figures.
Yeah.
These, like entrepreneur ones, sometimes 5 figures.
Definitely.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we don't have the budget for that. Like, we definitely can't do it. Manscaped's not paying that much. Oh, my goodness.
We'll see. The call's free, right?
I'll have a chat with the bloke. His name's Hudson. Me and Hudson will sit down, have a conversation. I'll choose my persona. I'll just be really sad.
I think you have to be, you have to have high potential, or he wants to coach a loser. You know what I mean?
No, I think he wants to coach the loser.
He can make more money.
Exactly. Like the sucker. Like I think I just got to be like...
Be yourself.
Be myself. But we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty, fellas, the game this week, as I said at the top of the show, we are doing Stockholm Syndrome, but we are playing a different version of it. This is inspired by a version we might play another time. My girlfriend was at work and they had a little quiz. They show you a picture of a footballer and then they give you a name, but then you have to guess if that name corresponds to that picture of a footballer, or they also had a bottle of liquor next to it, which honestly... pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
And we might bring that back. But I have come up with our own version for this podcast. So the other day, Kushagra and I were very keen to play the new Call of Duty Warzone after years of disillusionment with the game. We hated the game for a while, but we're like, you know what? New map.
We're back.
We're back. Kush always promised a new map every fucking 2 months. Now there's finally a new map, and they have changed the names of all the locations. And I believe the game is set somewhere in like sort of a Middle East vibe. So the names of the locations correspond with that. And I thought it'd be fun. Kush has played twice. Does he know the Warzone locations? And Rohit has watched the 2022 World Cup. So does he know the players? So the names I give you, it's either a player or a Warzone location. Alrighty, we'll start with the first one. The first one is Tarak. Is Tarak a united offensive reduced this once peaceful village to mere rust and rubble? The tight confines of these areas make it conducive to small squad battle, especially duels. Or is it a Qatari footballer who plays as a midfielder for the Qatar national team and trained in Spain with Deportivo Alaves as well as Real Sociedad C in his youth years?
Kush, I don't recognize his name on a team sheet.
I don't recognize it on the map as well, actually.
Wait, how come you don't know the names of the map, like
We've
the
only
places on the
played
map?
twice, brother. We haven't studied the map 24/7.
I'll give you a hint, all right? So I've removed, obviously, like the second part of it, like village or airport or downtown.
yeah.
Because it,
Yeah, okay. I was
and then the player's name will like just be like
The last name. Okay. Tarak. I was watching some sweaty Warzone content from my favorite creator,
Oh, here we go.
Mali13.
There he is.
He's actually losing subscribers. It's actually crazy to see. Like, he's got 620 something thousand subscribers.
Yeah.
And every time I check, he's gone from 28 to 27 to 26. It hurts.
He's
man.
falling off.
He might be falling off. But anyways, I watch him every now and then again. And I feel like I've heard him say, I've dropped into Iraq.
Okay. I haven't seen. Oh, I'm trying to think what could be the next name because there's pretty much everything in the Warzone map has a first or a second name.
Correct.
Basically. A Tarak, I don't think it's a village. It's not. Maybe it is one of the villages.
Are there many villages?
There's 3 villages in the map.
Do you know the other names of the other 2?
No.
Village 1.
Let's go Warzone. I think this actually does sound a Warzone too.
Correctamundo. Tarak Village is the name of the
There we go.
Village.
Hey,
There you
Kush, in your subconscious,
There
you
we
know.
go. There you go.
All right, next one. Mebri. Is it an extensive modern mall? Is juxtaposed by old apartments that house generations of port workers. The area also contains a medieval-themed carnival and a minor league football stadium. Or is it a professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for EFL Championship club Birmingham City, on loan from Premier League club Manchester United, and plays for the Tunisia national team?
Well, the Tunisia-Australia game is tonight. So I do not know.
So if I gave you this question tomorrow,
I would have probably known it.
Yeah.
But alas, that is not the case.
I think Mix is helping us out here by giving a description of this location.
Okay.
So he said it was a port.
Did he? I thought he said it was a mall.
do you want me to reread it?
Just read, just tell us what
read it.
what
An
it was.
extensive modern mall that housed generations of port workers.
So it's a mall that hosted workers.
Yeah, but then you
Juxtaposed by old apartments that housed. So
Oh, sorry. I
in
got
this
you, got you, got you.
location,
Yeah,
there is
it's
the
a
mall
modern thing and
the
some heaps of
apartments.
derelict
we have
apartments.
seen most of the map. We have seen most of the map. So
Is there a mall?
there is a mall.
Is it called
No.
Mbappe? Marimbi or whatever
I
it's
think
called.
this is the EFL player.
Yeah, I think it's the
EFL
Tunisian footballer as well.
You are once again correct, my friends.
Boom.
Hannibal Mebri is the player. The location is Syed City.
Boom.
There you go.
2 from 2, Kush. Let's just go hard here, eh?
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
just-
next one.
Let's go
10
God
from
mode.
10. Yeah,
All right,
God mode.
all right, fellas. Next one. Al Faraj. Is it several pools of fresh water and palm trees offer respite?
Mate, don't
from
even
the
stop.
desert?
Stop there.
It's a map.
Please.
It's a map. It's a map.
You want to lock in map?
Yep.
It's a footballer, boys.
No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It is the Saudi Arabian professional footballer who plays as a midfield and captains both Al Hilal and the Saudi Arabian national team.
What's his name?
Salman Al Faraj.
That sounds like a map. Al Faraj. That sounds like a
love it.
location.
Hey, that's Al Kharid and it's in a different game, brother.
Oh,
It's
the
not-
accurate games at RuneScape.
And by Skimitar from those geezers.
No, there's a few Al's in the Warzone map.
All right, whatever. 90% will still be good enough, but I'm now
That's my bad. My
wary.
bad.
Two from one. Next one. El Saman. Is it a monument to the fallen? What is so funny, fellas?
Sorry, I'm pretty sure this is a map, but we'll continue.
El Saman.
El Saman.
A monument to the fallen. A significant graveyard is now mostly derelict and unkept, especially with a collapsed water tower flooding dozens of graves. The area is completely open to the elements with a broken stone wall defining its boundaries. Or is it a Uruguayan professional footballer who plays as a central midfielder for Real Madrid and the Uruguay national team? A versatile player known for his pace, stamina, and work rate. He can also be deployed as a defensive midfielder, a right winger, and occasionally a right back.
Any more stats there, boss?
That's where it ends, unfortunately.
So you're talking about a cemetery. There is a cemetery in the map. I don't think it's called El Saman. I think it's one word cemetery.
Al Simone. What is it? Al Saman.
El Saman.
El Saman.
I don't think it's El Saman cemetery. It's like
But
a
this
one
guy
word.
plays for Real Madrid and he's it seems like a pretty big part of the team. Would I have heard of that player? And does he play for a country? Uruguay.
They're all World Cup players. The World Cup squads.
What do you think the graveyard is called? It's not.
It's one word. I'm pretty positive it's one word.
Well,
it would be called Saman Cemetery, not El Saman.
Do you reckon he's creative license here? He's just added an L.
This one's tough. I honestly don't know.
Where did the God mode go, boys?
All right, God mode there. Let's dial back in here, all right? I don't know anything about football
You haven't played Warzone 2.
and I've not played Warzone 2. I can tell you about the players of the games that I've seen. I've seen 3 games.
Have you seen the Uruguay game?
I did not see the Uruguay game.
point? Bro, this guy's not on God mode. He's just on mode, bro. He's on mid mode right now.
But I truly believe it is a Warzone map.
All right, I want to back you, but I don't think so.
Warzone map.
El Saman Cemetery is the location.
Mate,
boys.
okay,
I haven't
very
played the game, and I'm telling you what the map is.
I saw. Was that creative licensing or was it actually also mine?
El Saman Cemetery. The player is Federico Valverde. He is a star player.
El Saman, how is that Uruguayan? I've never heard of a Uruguayan bloke called
Man, everyone can mean anyone's team, bro. Come
Exactly,
on.
man.
El Saman.
Next one, Al Mazrah. The past 100 years of Adal history encapsulated. High rises and modern buildings are at the core of the largest point of interest. It was planned to be the ideal city. It soon welcomed a nearly million people who were pushed out to the slums on the outskirts. Is it that? Or is it a Saudi Arabian professional footballer who plays as a winger for the Saudi Arabian national team and scored the winning goal against Argentina in what has been the biggest upset of the 2022 World Cup so far?
Nah, Al Mazrah Village, sir.
God mode is back. I did watch, and one of the games I watched was Saudi Arabia, Argentina.
You didn't see
Can
Al Mazrah
confirm.
score the goal?
No, I saw Al Sharif, something like that.
Far out.
You saw,
Is that his name? What's his name?
you saw Salam Al Dasari.
Dasari. That's
Dasari scored the goal.
who scored the first goal?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
We can cut and I can go look for it if you so much.
No problem.
Al
All right.
Mazrah City, correct. But I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Next one. Mazraoui is at an old town fit for a showdown, as one writer covering an old coupe once wrote. The World Heritage Site consists of a central courtyard and market areas define the western half, while more modern apartments make up the east. Or is it a professional footballer who plays as a right back for Bundesliga club Bayern Munich and the Morocco national team?
Could you repeat the word?
Mazraoui.
Mazraoui. That sounds like a name to me.
I think this is a Warzone location as well. I think it's
Really?
the downtown of Warzone, the Mazraoui city or Mazraoui town.
Manny keeps referring to the word as it for the professional footballers. I'd like some sort of humanization, please. I'd like a.
You know what,
he
mate?
is potentially. You know what I mean? Let's just sort
Let's
that
keep
out
each other
first.
accountable. I like that.
Respect. Kush, I'm gonna need you to carry here. I'm not gonna lie.
I just got the Al Mazrah one right.
I think I would have got the Al Mazrah one as well. To be honest.
Yeah, because Al Sharif scored the goal. Right?
I'm going to look up who scored the first one. Well, Kush has a quick think about what he needs to do here.
I think this is a Warzone location, and I think this is the big downtown version of the Warzone 2 map, which is located on the top right. And I think this is called City. Mazraoui City.
Locking it in?
We're locking
Yeah,
it in,
dude, I was right. Okay, the guy who scored the first goal was Al Shari.
Close enough.
So close call. Good knowledge from me. I'm going to trust Kush.
Nassor Mazraoui signed for Bayern Munich.
You idiot.
past
You
summer
idiot, bro.
transfer
We were
window.
God mode for so long and we've lost it again.
Bro, you're not helping one bit at all. Shut up.
You know what? I will allow that, but how many places are there in Warzone?
There's a lot. There's a lot. 15 or so now.
Wow.
I have 4 more left.
Okay, run
Let's see
them.
if you can get in God mode.
All right, let's go.
in this
Quick
last one.
Alright.
God mode. Quick God mode.
Mawize. The marshland. I might butcher that. Mawize. Anyway, the marshlands.
Just says the same thing.
Because I looked at it and realized I can't pronounce it another way.
The Chinese dictator responsible
Mao
for the.
Zedong. The marshlands was once home of the ambitious river diamond luxury resort in the 20th century. Now, due to the rising water levels, it and the town around it are completely flooded with the water from the rivers and trash flowing from the city to the north. Or is it the footballer? Is he the footballer? There you go, Ro.
Beautiful.
Moroccan professional footballer who plays as a centre-back for Premier League club West Ham United and the Morocco national team.
Don't think he's the footballer.
I don't know much about West Ham, but I do know where we first landed, Migs, when I first came, and that was indeed in the marshlands. So we will lock in the Warzone location.
Beautiful.
Absolutely, it is the marshlands. Correct, Amundo. Next one.
We play till we get one wrong.
So the last one. Al Hassan. Is Al Hassan home to the country's valuable fisheries? This bay maintains a history of Al Mazrah as well as Adal. It contains a vibrant downtown section with suburbs, a modern resort, and a few small islands. Or is Al Hassan a Qatari footballer who plays as a goalkeeper for the Qatar national team, who was loaned to Belgian club Eupen from Al Ghafra during the winter transfer window in January 2015?
Okay, so the villages,
Yeah.
there are 2 that start with Al.
Okay.
So we got the first one. I think this is the second one, Al Hassan. But this also does sound like the goalkeeper's name.
Well, no, because I think you're thinking of Shakib Al Hassan.
No, I'm not thinking about a cricketer. I'm
The cricketer.
bro. No. There are 3 villages.
Yeah.
We've gotten 2 of them, right?
Okay.
We got the first one, which I think was Tariq.
Yeah.
That was a city. No, yeah. And then we got the other one, which was
One of the owls.
Yeah.
This is another owl.
I think this is the third one on the left side of the map.
Okay. Al Hassan. I did watch the Qatar. I didn't really watch it. I watched
Seen
the
the
highlights.
highlights,
2 minute highlights.
I didn't hear the goalkeeper's name, unfortunately.
Was he called upon much?
He was, because he wasn't that great.
Qatar, the goalkeeper would have been called upon.
Yeah.
Against Ecuador? Yeah. Now, do I remember hearing Al Hassan? I do not. We'll lock in the Warzone map. It is the 3rd village.
If only you watched the full game highlights, my friend, you would have heard the name. Al Hassan said a lot. That is Sharif Bay, the description of this location, not even a village.
Well, that's the game. The God mode has been
It's finished. We're
finished.
Alrighty, we said that's the last one, but the ties are the score is tied at 4-4. So yeah, we don't draw here.
Yep.
We're in OT, extra time, golden goal. Last one, you take home the prize.
This is big.
Alrighty, so the last one, Al Malik. Is Al Malik terminal to the south tip of Al Mazrah. This modern airport mixes traditional and modern architecture to host both business and leisure activities. The observation tower near the sea is extremely approachable. Or is Al Malik an Iranian professional footballer who plays as a striker for Porto and the Iran national team? And he made his first Iranian senior appearance in 2015 and played at the 2018 World Cup, 2019 AFC Asian Cup, and 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Realistically, how many owls can he go through? Just from elimination, this has to be the other village we're talking about.
Oh, I was thinking Al Malik would be the footballer because there's plenty of owls in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Weird Al, Al Hassan, Al Sharawi.
His name's Alan. He could be an owl.
Al A-N. Like there is, and Malik, like Malik. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that sounds like a name, does it not?
I think this is the location, right?
But I'm gonna need you to know it's the location. Like, do you? Let's.
All right, if I get this wrong, what happens?
He's split into different teams.
Oh,
No.
you can't do that.
We're a team. Come on, don't try to separate us here. Kush, close your eyes and just for 1 minute. I mean, actually, we don't have that long.
You're in the plane.
Yeah.
You open up the map.
We're about to, like, you're talking to Migs on the comps. Where should we go, boys? Should we go to Al Malik? No, we shouldn't go to Al Malik. Should we go to Al Hassan? No. Let's go to
I think this is the
airport.
location, right?
I'm going to have to trust the man.
But I'm not 100% sure.
And, I mean...
I'm not 100% sure, but just, all right, we'll do it. We'll do it. It is what it is.
In the 3rd village,
Al Malik.
Al Malik.
Al Malik scored a goal.
Oh, no.
You donkey.
I take that back. Al Malik is an airport in the Warzone map. Well
Yes,
done,
sir.
fellas.
That's
well
huge.
done.
Yes.
Gosh,
sir.
I love this man. Here we go. Woo!
5-4, fellas.
Alrighty, boys. As always, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Manscaped. We did talk earlier about potentially getting some sort of dating coach, and that will not fund itself.
Absolutely won't.
We need you to help us out here. Get some Manscaped, the Platinum Package 4.0. It is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. Now, this is the intro that they've given us here. It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Whether it's for a friend or the friend in your pants. You can make this a season to be jolly with Manscaped TM. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom. That's actually not bad. I actually wonder who
It's very well written. It's poetic.
who writes this copy. Like sometimes, let's be real, right? Like it has some work, but this one is not bad.
Beautiful personification of the tools, one would say.
100%. And let's be real, right? Maybe you don't need Manscaped for you. Maybe you have purchased yourself a Lawnmower 4.0, but your friends, your family, it's Christmas. It's time to get them a present.
Season of giving.
Absolutely. Be generous this season.
Don't let them have a silent Christmas.
Don't let them have a silent night. Manscaped.com. TCB 20% off. Black Friday sales. Cyber Monday sales. Thanksgiving. Christmas. New Year's. Mate,
It's always there. It's always there.
there's just so many occasions that you can give gifts.
And we're here year round. TCB is here year round.
Get around it. TCB, 20% off and free shipping. That's what you get at manscaped.com. Purchase a box.
All right, boys, this is a new segment. It's called Heroes and Villains.
Wow.
And what this segment is, it's as usual for our talking segments, we look at behaviors of people. Does this behavior fit in a moral compass? Is it good behavior or is it bad behavior? So I'll start off with one example, and maybe this will, get you in the zone and get you into the God mode for knowing what this is all about.
That's it.
Okay?
On this podcast, we're now a God mode
This
podcast.
episode's just going to be called God Mode. I can see it already.
TCB goes
sake.
God mode.
That's good. That's good.
There we go. We mentioned about the last week episode in the cuts. I did something as well in that episode.
Confession. This is not TCB confessions.
No, but it's a behavior that I did, an action that I did that I wanted to get your thoughts on.
Okay.
What'd you remove, Kush?
I did not upload Kenny Locke's beats. Did you guys notice?
I noticed that at the start.
Okay. I did not add the music at all in any of the segments, and I was waiting for someone to message me, to tell me. I noticed it the moment I uploaded it, but I didn't go back and edit it.
Wow.
I noticed it. Yeah, go on. I'll talk once you ask your question.
And so I
Little experiment you're playing on us.
was about to go back and edit, and I was like, you know what? Wait a minute. Do people listen to our episodes?
Are these followers we have just fake?
So are these rigged numbers by chance? So it goes, a week goes by, not a week, but 5 days. And then today, my brother pops up and he's like, you didn't want to upload any audio? And I was like,
Bang.
someone's done it.
Someone,
We
yeah.
have one listener. That's what
My
we
own
have.
brother. That's it. No external family members, just family members only.
Just a family member. Now, you had something to say there, Meeks.
Here's what I'll say. So I noticed it the day before because I had to go through and cut up, I think, some TikToks or something. Right? And I noticed straight away, well, silence. Where the fuck's the music? But I know previously we upload on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
On the Tuesday, I have mentioned a few things before where I'm like, Cushy, mate, the editing's a bit off. Like, there's this little clip you got to change or whatever. And I always get met with a, don't give a shit. Can't be fucked re-exporting it. Can't be fucked uploading it. So this one I leg to the keeper because I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, like, it's all, I don't care about the music. I'll let it go. Little did I know the one time.
Yeah,
And
this
then mentioned
guy's-
I'm a puppet in his fucking game.
So it was a little test. Now, was this behavior, was this good of me or was this bad behavior?
Accidental. What are you talking about?
Was it? Because I stopped. I was about to re-upload and I stopped.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do an experiment. I wanted to put it to the test.
I listened to the episode and I didn't miss the music. What?
You didn't miss them.
As in-
6 seconds of silence. It was just subconscious for me.
Wait, it was just silence
So
instead?
for example, we have
Right.
the best clips at the start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it transitions to welcome back, whatever. In between, there's just music. But you're telling me for
Push.
this episode, there's silence.
Dare I suggest I enjoyed it? Ooh. I would say that Locke's Beats, he has served us for 170 something episodes,
It served us well. We should.
but I think it's time to let him go.
It's time to go.
I would like to propose a new Locke, like maybe his brother, Fox Beats. You know what I mean? Like, can we get another tune going? Because I listened to the episode in completion because, you know what, I actually did miss coming on the podcast. So, like, usually when I actually record, I don't listen to it back because I'm like, I was there, I know what happened. But then, like, I wasn't here for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I listened back and, it was lovely. I didn't miss the music.
So you didn't. So wait, did
I've
you
never
notice
liked
it?
Locke's Beats.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Air out your dirty
It's
laundry.
just 170 episodes a tad too late, one would say.
No,
So wait, did you notice it at all or no?
I didn't notice it, which is how forgettable Locke's Beats is.
No, because I think it depends. We're going meta here. I think it depends where you listen. Because like sometimes I forget if it's whether speakers or in the car or headphones. A couple of those mediums, you can't hear the music. It's too low. But one of them you can
Yeah.
tell there's music. So
Definitely
maybe
the headphones you can hear.
he was listening somewhere where you can't really notice
were
the
you
music.
In the car.
Yeah, in the car, I
There we
think it's
go,
hard
there
to
we
hear
go.
the music.
There we go. Maybe that's it.
But I think to answer your original question, there's 2 things here I want to talk about. Original question, I think it was actually a little fun little experiment.
Yeah.
Bit of user testing.
Yeah.
You know?
A/B.
Bit of A/B stuff. I didn't notice it. No one else seemed to notice it. Your brother and Mig seemed to notice it. That's it.
Yeah.
But also, I noticed it, but I didn't give a shit enough to even bring it up.
But did you feel like it ruined the experience? Like, were you like listening to this and you're like, this is exactly the same listening experience as if the music was there?
I don't think it What it took away wasn't tangible.
Get rid of locks. Get rid of
Get a
locks.
rock. So in this case, I'm an anti-hero.
You're actually a hero.
I'm a
You're
hero.
just dead set
I'm a
hero.
hero. I'm a
You've
hero.
improved the listening experience, mate. For so many episodes, we've subjected the listeners and ourselves
Locks beats.
to Locks Beats. Now, keep in mind, Locks Beats is some random guy on YouTube. We're not just like,
Don't do him dirty. Don't do Kenny dirty like that, bro.
wait, how do we get this guy in the first place? Can we I actually forgot that story.
So you go youtube.com, you type in copyright free music,
Copyright free intro music.
and then you click a couple of them,
yeah.
and then you find the guy that did it, and be like, by the way, we want to use your music. He was the only one that replied.
He gave us
So
consent.
We used his music.
Wow. And I wonder how much traction he's got off the back. How popular is Kenny from Locks Beats now?
Yeah, look, we don't know, but we'll finish it off. I'm a hero. I've improved the listening experience.
Hero
Also
from
here
Kush.
because I want to do a call to arms. Any of you out there, you make music, produce music, send it in.
Yeah.
You could be the next Loxy.
Yeah, absolutely. You could be a better one.
Please.
You could be the Fox Beats that Ro has
You
made.
could be the sound of the podcast.
That's it. That's actually a big call. Yeah, no. Hero Kush. This is change that I think needed to be had. I appreciate you bringing it up. I'm Team Hero for Kush.
Team Hero. I got a second one now. I heard this story from a friend at work, and he regaled me of all the finer details, all the stories. Yeah. So he works at a tech company, and they get free. They have a barista there who gives them free coffee. The barista's open in the morning and a certain period in the afternoon. Now the peak is 8:30 a.m. to around 9:30 a.m. Everyone's coming early. They want the cappuccinos, their flat whites, etc. So this man, he comes up around 9 a.m., gets a bit of breakfast as well because he gets a bit of free brekkie there. He doesn't put an order in though.
Okay.
So there are 6 coffees already waiting. So because what people do here is they write down their name, and it's only one barista keeping it on. Write down the name, their order, and then barista goes and makes it. But there can be up to a 30 to 40 minute wait because of how many people order the coffee. There's around 400 people in this office. So the names are there. There's coffees. Coffees are there, all right?
I can see where this is teeing up to.
And so this man decides to take one. It's been there for a while because he waits. He doesn't just come in and take it.
Of course.
He waits around 10 minutes. He's making breakfast in this time, right?
It's sort of like a Macca's when they read out the number and, no one's got
Correct.
it. So you keep reading it out.
Yeah, correct.
I have a follow-up that relates to that, but continue.
So this man takes the coffee and he drinks it. He doesn't have to like it. Okay, but he takes
Was
it. and he
it
drinks
his coffee order, or is he just glad to be given what he's got?
Gamble that Tom's order was his
Exactly.
flat white.
Yeah, so the very first time he had it, apparently he told me it was like some skim milk trash, he said. So he had a sip.
Dude.
But he finished it out of the principle. So is this man a hero for saving the barista? Like, it's not going to go to waste, this coffee. He's taken it and he's drunk it. Or is he a villain because he's taken someone else's order who potentially may have come maybe the next 10 minutes or 15
So you're
minutes?
telling me in the hero situation, you're telling me Tom has ordered, for example, a coffee and they fucked off and there's just been a stale coffee out there.
For 10 minutes. He waits 10 minutes always. That's his period.
In no situation are you the hero.
You're not a hero. I'm sorry, but you're not a hero.
Why is he not a hero in this?
Because old Tom, where's his coffee? He's come back.
Tom hasn't ordered the coffee and pissed off. By the way, who cares if there's a stale coffee there? Like, the barista's...
So this is interesting. He has told me once he waited at the cutoff period in the morning, the 9:30 to 10 a.m.
Yeah.
There were 6 coffees there no one picked up.
Yeah, but like, he's a hero. He has to drink all of them now. All
No,
6.
but isn't he a hero for saving one, taking one? For not letting it to go waste?
Hero to maybe wastage, We're wasting too much food these days, yes. Barista, no, he's paid a flat rate. Whether he makes 1 or 100. If he's in-house in the company,
Correct.
He doesn't give a shit if people take it.
Correct. The barista's making the coffee.
He just needs to wipe his hands clean of, I made your coffee.
Yeah. His job is done.
You didn't get it, that's on you.
Yeah, okay.
The barista doesn't give a fuck.
So in no way is this man a hero then?
Well, I'm trying to think.
The environment, I'll say yes.
I don't even think so in that case. Like...
You're wasting the milk.
The milk's already been wasted, brother. Like, whether this is what I don't understand. The food has already been prepared. The coffee has been made.
Yep.
Whether it gets drunk or it doesn't get drunk, it disappears.
Sunk cost, you're saying.
It is the sunk cost. Like,
But isn't it better for him to drink it than let it to go?
So
you know?
is it? Like, it just goes down the sink. Like, where does it harm the environment?
So is this like, how like, I don't know, let's say a vegan won't buy, I don't know, what's the product, like a certain milk, it's made of cow's milk. But your argument is it's already milk on the shelf.
Milk has been made, but it's slightly different because in that case, it's a bit nuanced, right? Because in that case, like if all the vegans in the world decide not to, buy that milk, then that company doesn't get the money. They're not going to make any more. Win-win, right? This guy's an in-house barista.
He'll never stop making
He'll never stop. Mate, the guy is a machine. Like
It's his
400
job. It's his
people.
BAU, one would say.
So the milk is there. It has been ordered.
Yeah.
He's poured it in. Whether it goes in someone's mouth or whether it goes down the sink is completely irrelevant in my opinion.
But here's my thing: if there is someone in the back end, right, who's noticing, okay, 6-7 coffees every day are going to waste. We need to reduce our milk order. We need to reduce this certain amount of coffee beans because these are always going to waste. They're clearly not being made. They're clearly not being drunk.
But they're being ordered, which is the thing. Like,
But isn't he saving that cost potentially by him drinking it? They are going to good use.
Who gave him the responsibility to do this?
No one, but that's the question.
And in this fashion, he's the coffee police. Like, what the fuck?
Is he the hero that the barista deserves?
The hero that they didn't know they needed.
They didn't know they needed.
no, I think in no way. I would like. Look, I'm all for trying to justify stealing. Like I love it. It's my favorite game. Yes, I only steal from groceries. I don't steal from small, local mum and pop shops. Like,
So this man's a
big
complete
fan.
villain because there is still a chance that someone may
He's a
take that coffee.
menace.
I mean, let's be real, right? He's not a villain. Like that's putting it out. He's not even. I don't even think he's a menace. He's just causing a slight inconvenience because old Tom's now has to go back and reorder a free coffee. Boo! It's not like you're stealing actual monetary
That's true.
value.
But now
Tom
Tom's-
hasn't paid.
Yeah, but Tom's time's now being wasted. He came on to collect his coffee. Time's now gone to waste. Isn't he a villain for that?
no,
then?
because he can go up to them and be like, "Where's my coffee?" And then he goes straight to the front of the queue. Barista will have to make his order because
Yeah, barista doesn't have to check if he's ordered or not. 'Cause
Exactly.
He has to
What
make
if
it
this? What if
regardless.
this becomes repeat feedback to the barista? This barista keeps making my coffee and it's always gone. It's always taken.
Well,
But it's
luckily-
never there.
Tom's
It's
like
a
gaslighting
Houdini
himself.
coffee. What's going on here?
Tom thinks he's ordered coffee. This
Every
is
time
never.
it's never there. Every day it's gone.
Yeah, your mate just makes it a point to steal just Tom's coffee,
And then Tom leaves some feedback. This barista consistently misses my order.
and he gets fired. Then he loses his
And
house.
is
Then he
this
loses his
man not a
family.
villain now?
No, there's.
I don't think he's a
there's-
complete villain, but there is potential.
There is potentially of a
In
man.
the 0.1% chance that feedback occurs.
The origin story is
Could be
there.
a villain.
The origin story is there.
The origin.
Okay.
All right, so I have a story which I have thought of, and this is, I feel like, a beautiful segment to bring it up. So thank you, Kushagra, for that one. So my mate Jimbo, big Jimbo, he went to a mate's party. Let's call the mate Fred, right? And then at the party, obviously, he knows some of Fred's mates, but doesn't know all of them because as friend circles are. So he gets introduced to one of Fred's friends, and then they're talking, they're yarning, they're like, oh, I went to this high school, and they're like, oh, you went to this high school? Do you know James? Right? And then they're like, oh, do I know James? I don't know. And then it's like, oh, you know James, like the dumb one.
Whoa, that's an interesting descriptor.
Right?
Ooh.
And then it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, how's that the
Oh,
first
James, yeah, the idiot, like the local moron. Like,
imbecile?
say less. Like,
And then we're like, hang about. How do you assume that the dumb one? Obviously not saying to their face, but then, you can assume that old Freddie is chatting shit behind
of course.
the mate's back, telling this other person that, oh, like this friend, a bit dumb, bit stupid, doesn't know 1 + 1, like whatever it may be.
yeah,
And then obviously our main character, Jimbo, is actually friends with the
dummy.
idiot, the village idiot, right?
The doofus.
But Jimbo has decided not to tell the
Interesting.
friend. Whilst in life, they think Fred is a good friend to them. Doesn't know, but behind the back, they're chatting shit. I feel like this is a common story,
This
Fred's
is a
talking
tough
shit
one.
behind people's back. The question is, are they a hero or a villain? Is ignorance bliss? Is it their place to be like, look, man,
how close is the village idiot to to Fred?
yeah, as friends, not best friends.
And then
Everyone here is just friends.
And then Jimbo is closer to the village idiot, or is Fred closer to the village idiot?
Jimbo.
Interesting.
So loyalties should lie. Loyalties lie between Jimbo and the village idiot, right? But
And then what's Jimbo's relationship with Fred?
they're just friends as well.
Okay, so hang on, let me get this straight. Jimbo, Fred, village idiot.
They're friends as a three.
It's a little trio.
But then there's a external party who's
There's Fred's
describing
external friend.
yeah, who's describing this guy as the village idiot.
Yeah.
I think you should tell the village idiot that he's a village idiot.
But you're friends. You're not.
But the village idiot's living life in bliss, has a friend here, has a friend there.
Does the local moron like the external person? Like, are they friends?
I don't think they know each other.
Interesting.
Wait, so what?
Well, no, if they do know each other, they're not close friends. Like I think it's word of mouth. Not
So who's described this guy as
Fred.
Yeah, okay.
Fred has done it.
Fred is friends with every party here.
Right. So Fred again. Yeah, okay.
Surely-
I think
Fred again.
Is Fred doing this in a joke context? Like, he's the idiot, he's
I don't know if the or the idiot. I don't know if that was jokes or not.
because
that's not a nice joke though. It's not funny. Like
but there is always.
So you tell me if it's a joke,
Well, see, if they were best mates, right? I'd get that. There are times when my best mates are like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. What are
Yeah,
you doing?
for
You're
sure.
stupid. That's who you are. You're a dumbass.
but I feel like you say that with the person present.
Yeah, and with your
If I'm
tone,
going
it's
to
quite
you
obvious.
and calling Rohit an idiot.
Yeah,
No, he should be there.
absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
but this is a dicey question because I have a friend in a similar sort of situation.
Oh,
I told you. I think it's common.
It is complicated because he also like he's not called an idiot, but like he doesn't know that some people don't like him, and it's like, should I be telling him that his friends don't really like him as much?
I think in this case, you should. Like, this man deserves not to have his time wasted. He deserves to have real friends around his circle. And Fred doing this, and when they're not best friends, I think it's up to Jimbo to take a step forward and be like, yep, just letting you know, this is what Fred thinks of you. I've overheard this. Sending you to an external party. Just letting you know, man.
I agree with that. I think it should be approached in a way of like Jimbo talking to, the imbecile and basically just being like first of all, get to know the lay of the land. Like, how close are you with Fred? And then just maybe
So the
sneak it
thing
in
is,
and be
they are a
like,
trio. They're all friends, so they know each other. They're well aware of one
no,
another.
but yeah, okay. I suppose that's true. I'd be like, Fred called you an idiot.
Yeah.
You're
Maybe
right with
approach
that?
maybe approach it that way. Bro, I just heard Fred call you an idiot, man. Like, to this random dude.
Yeah, and then just see what he says, suss the vibes, and
Yeah.
then dig
Maybe
deeper.
he's like, come on, it's a common thing. And then you go, oh, common thing.
I am an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair play.
I'm actually kind of stupid. What can I tell you, man? 1 plus 1, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Come on.
But honestly, I don't think there's. Honestly, it's just so contextual. Like, it just depends on like each person's relationship. So I don't know if I can give actually sound advice here, but
Back to the segment.
Well, I think-
by not saying anything, is that a hero play or a villain play? Or can we not say, as you said?
well, this is the thing. Objectively, it is a villain play because like I don't think ignorance is bliss. Like, especially when it comes to people not liking you.
Agreed.
Like, how could that be bliss? You're literally living your life. This guy hates you, and you never know.
And your time is being wasted, which I think is. Imagine later down the track, you learn it when you're 40 years old or
Yeah.
30 years old. And you're like, holy shit, I
Invite him to
wasted.
your wedding type vibe, you know?
Exactly. Like, imagine if you have you're in trouble and you think you can rely on this guy who you thought was your friend, but actually he's been calling you. Cut that.
Got a lot of synonyms today.
He's calling you that on the down low. So like,
That's getting bleep, not cut.
no, bleep it.
Or maybe it won't be. I don't know.
And so, in any case, he's a villain.
The villain play, you reckon?
I think it is a villain play. Like, it's all about the moral compass here, the hero and the villain. Your moral compass is going downwards. You need to step up. You need to be the good friend. You don't have to be best friends. You don't have to be good friends. You're a friend in this case. Come on, Jimbo.
100%.
Let's be a hero.
Fair enough.
I have one. Sorry if we have time.
We have plenty of time.
Oh, beautiful. All right. It actually reminded me. Not really the story, but
It's just the same story. It's the same situation. We're talking about this, mate.
so no.
My friend got told.
So, all right. My housemate Rohan, he's been on the podcast before. He is a serial 000 caller. I've never called 000. I've never called the cops. I've never called the ambulance. Never called anyone, right? Miguel and Sam were telling the story, like the guy was having a seizure. Guess who's on the phone to 000 Rohan? Right? He's called the ambulance. Bring him here. Now, the hero or villain part comes when he's calling the cops for just ridiculous things. Like,
Well, give us an example.
okay, so we live in a terrace house. He's got a balcony. He's got the master bedroom. He's sitting on his balcony, with a beer in his hand, just relaxing. And he sees a local drunk on the road opposite our house, not bothering anyone. He's like, don't really need this riffraff around my street. Calls 000 and gets rid of him.
This absolute hooligan, bro. Get him off the street.
So did he call the ambulance for the health and well-being of the man? Or did he call the police to get him?
He called Surrey Hills Police Station. He's sitting there just like, you know what? Don't like it.
Ruining my view.
See you later. And then the cops come. He sits there while the cops show up.
He's watching.
And he walks to just pick him up and then wheel him away.
Okay, do you have another example? Or
Yeah, there's more.
You might say them more. This is...
So then Okay, like the next one, right, is he's walking, right, on our street. He's like Batman just for this one street that we live on, right? This guy is just sitting down, minding his own business in the evening, but he's like in a fetal position. You know what? Like, okay, he's very scared of strangers, essentially, right? And so this guy was like light up in a fetal position, and then there was a guy helping him out, and while he was helping the dude out, he would like there would be girls walking past, and then he'd be like maybe catcalling them or like saying something. Straight on speed dial, 000, get rid of them both. Like cleaning up the streets, brother. So is he a hero or a villain? Because they are intoxicated. One of them is slightly, is harassing some people, but like harmless.
There's no question. He's a villain.
Is he
He's
though?
an absolute villain, dude.
He would be a hero if he's calling the ambulance for their well-being.
Yeah, but
that's what I will say.
No,
But even that is a stretch of fucking public resources. My taxpayers' money is like this man calling to get people removed from his street because he doesn't like
Get the
them.
dredges of society off his street. Like he's just sitting on the balcony, watch them wheel this guy away.
That's the problem. The fact that he's done the call and he decides to sip his beer and then wait so he can see it all live is what makes him a villain.
Now, go. Sorry, Kush.
No. That's what I was saying. Like, I think there's a certain enjoyment to this, which does not make him a
There's
hero.
a sick factor.
You both know, Rohan, there is a sick satisfaction in this way that he approaches things.
He's
However-
taking it up to himself to clean society, and
Is that not a good thing? Should we not
he
be
is not
encouraging
the
that?
judge. He's not society's judge in any way.
Yes, if someone's getting assaulted, if
Absolutely.
there's an emergency danger present,
000 needs to be there.
if there's some drunk bloke across the street,
Bro,
there's a million other ways he could step in. If the pure ambition is to get the treasures of society off the street.
that's the thing. He doesn't need to step in that first one. He's just lying
You
there,
know what you should have
bro.
done? If you didn't like it, walk inside. Watch some TV. Fuck's sake.
What about the second one? Second one, there is a bit of...
It's a bit interesting here. This
bit
one's
of
a bit
chirp.
interesting. But do you need the police resources for this? Do you need the resources for
You don't need the
policemen?
police to fight this battle for you, mate.
This is the thing. This is the
word.
thing. But he's scared to have a word. Like he's told me, he doesn't want to approach strangers because he's not sure what they're capable of. Right? Honestly, kind of fair enough.
Fair
right? But calling 000,
Yeah.
just day in day out, must be his most dialed number in the past month.
What about you two? Has he ever asked you to help in and step in those situations?
No, I haven't been around in either of those situations.
But okay.
But I think I don't know about the chirping. Like maybe I would like to think that I would if it was. He made it seem as if it was like pretty substantial chirp, but he might be adding mayo. He does.
I think he's adding a lot of mayo.
Yeah.
He has mayo in all of his stories.
I think he's trying to justify it to himself, you know?
that first story could have added a bit of mayo. Just some bloke walking.
Yeah.
You like the look of him and call the police.
This guy's got a bit of a grey beard, man. Get him the fuck off my street.
But I don't even think he's a hero if he calls the ambo, because you set the person back $500. Like it's not a free ambulance ride. Like it's expensive, and you're like you're non-consensually forcing an ambulance onto these person.
That is true.
Here's the thing. In the other scenario which Migs described, there's a certain obligation, right? Because you know the ramifications that come from it. The time wasting, you know? In this one, he has no obligation. The dude's just intoxicated. Just lying down. That's all he's doing. There is something sick to this. He is not a hero in any way, nor is he an anti-hero.
He's just a
straight
straight
villain.
villain.
Pure villain here. Well, that brings us to the end of an episode. I don't normally do these outros, but here I am. So I'm going to try to do my best. So Spotify, we're on there.
We're on there.
We're on Apple Music
Podcast.
We're on Apple Podcasts. But it's music to your ears, so
That is true.
There will no longer be music in the podcast.
absolutely. And look, again, we're going to highlight that call. If you got some music, if you can make some tunes, think about the vibe. Think about who we are as a brand, as TCB. And if you have music to fit that, send it over.
Maybe you win a box.
There might be something in it for you.
There absolutely might be
You know
something.
what? There will be in there something for you.
Right now, there is a guy. His name's Carter. He's on a mission to get us Prime. He'll be getting a box.
He'll absolutely be getting
Right
it.
when he sends it across. He's given us an update. Actually, quite a nice guy. Now, if you send us music, and we like the music, and we use the music, you too we'll be getting a box.
And you give us consent to use the music. Very important. We get your
Written.
consent.
With no obligation for royalties or, just free use, copyright free. That's the conditions. You'll get a box.
Absolutely. So please send it through our Instagram and we'll definitely have a gaze. Otherwise, make sure you follow us on our socials. Check out our TikToks. We got some additional World Cup content coming in. So check us out and leave us a review as well on Spotify.
See you next week.